The 2019 Australian Open kicks off in Melbourne with players hoping to quickly find form after limited opportunities to prepare for the first slam of the season. Here is a look at the players who have already found form and those who look set for an early exit down under. Hot 5. Alex de Minaur Aussie fans will be pumped about the Demons' chances of a dark horse run in Melbourne. ADM comes off his first title in Sydney and posted 7-2-1 record on the Aussie swing overall. He didn't face the stiffest competition, but you have to back him to surpass his best ever result, second round, and reach round 3 where Rafael Nadal awaits. His drive Pedro Sousa and Mirza Basic, Henri Laxonen is far from challenging. Beating Nadal is another question altogether though. 4. Tomas Berdych tipped the former AU semi-finalist Berdych to build on his run to the final in Doha and reach the second week down under. The Czech opens with an out-of-form Kyle Edmund, with Robin Haase and Diego Schwartzman also in his path. A fourth-round meeting against Rafael Nadal gives him a chance to score a memorable upset after injuries derailed his 2018 season. 3. Roberto Bautista Gut RBA will face pressure from the crowd in his first 2 matches. First up he has the retiring Andy Murray in what will be an emotional contest, and then Australia's John Millman is likely in round 2. However, RBA is better than both players at present and should slide into the second week after beating Karen Khachanov in round 3. Marin Cilic is likely to test the Spaniard in the round of 16, but after he won Doha he should have a boost of confidence. Beating World 2. Kevin Anderson the South African. At 32 he now has 2 slam finals to his name, including last year's Wimbledon final. Anderson excels on fast surfaces and is certain to build upon his best ever result, 4th round, to perhaps be a dark horse for the title. Big Kev won the Pune warm-up tournament and has an easy path of Adrian Mannarino, Francis Tiafoe, Prajnesh Gunneswaran, Andreas Suppi and Grigor Dimitrov, John Isner before the quarter-finals. Rafael Nadal would be at that stage. The Spaniard is a tough out, but he's easier to beat on a hard court compared to clay, especially with Anderson's serve-focused skill set. I have Anderson surging into the semis this time out. 1. Kei Nishikori King K won Brisbane, his only warm-up tournament. After a relatively pedestrian 2018 where he failed to achieve his lofty goals. The Japanese. He should reach a 4th quarterfinal, but beating Novak Djokovic the world. Look for Ivo Kolovic, Philip Kohlschreiber, and Pablo Carreno Busta to fall short against Nishikori in rounds 1 through 4. Cold 5. John Isner Riley Opelka and Grigor Dimitrov will be tough early opponents for the American. Now 33 he has 2 previous 4th-round showings in Melbourne, but he struggled in his Auckland warm-up match, losing to Taylor Fritz the young upstart. Fans should have little confidence that this veteran is going to make a deep run at Melbourne Park. 4. Dominic Thiem is defending 2 previous 4th-round appearances in Melbourne after a stunning defeat against Pierre-Hugues Herbert in Doha. Despite his top 10 seeding, Thiem will be vulnerable in round 1 against Benoit Paire and is most likely to exit in the 4th round or sooner. I tip the young-born at George to knock him out at the start of the second week, as expectations are not high for the Austrian. 3. Lucas Pouille has never won a match in Melbourne Park despite his top 30 ranking, and previous top 10 ranking. He's in terrible form and Mikhail Kukushkin or Max Marterer should benefit, knocking out the Pouille is another player set to slide down the rankings and potentially be outside of the top 50 soon, as he's been struggling for a while. 2. Hyeon Chung is in terrible form and I have him going out in round 2 to Pierre-Hugues Herbert or Sam Querrey as the South Korea's top player has dropped both of his matches this season in straight sets to unseeded competition, and something is clearly off about his focus and skill right now. Chung is talented, but the pressure of defending semi-final points from last year should result in an early exit this time around and a huge drop down the rankings. 1. Kyle Edmund is going to be the British. That pressure is not suiting him right now, as Tomas Berdych is a tough round 1 opponent and he was dumped out of Brisbane by an unseeded opponent in his first match. Both Chung and Edmund reached the semi-finals in Melbourne last year, and both look set for early exits this time around. Main photo.